The following is a special Wayne Hills Television sports presentation.
Hello and welcome to the Gifford Gymnasium, where tonight your Wayne Hills Patriots are taking on the Northern Highlanders. I'm Brian Dubow, joined by John Vittas and Anthony Scudillo. Guys, coming into tonight's game, the Patriots are 10-3, which is a respectable record, but they are coming off a road loss to Old Japan. They lost by one. They couldn't hold on to the ball at the end. What are your thoughts on their record?
Well, we all know what happened last year with Wayne Valley in the state semifinals, coming in here to the Gifford Gym, and Wayne Valley got the victory. The season was over for the Patriots, but they returned all 5 starters this year. The expectations were so high coming into the season. 10-3 record's pretty solid. That'll get you into the playoffs. So, so far, not a disappointment for Wayne Hills.
Yeah, it's true, John. They have had some bad losses, but I think after the loss the other day, they're going to come back strong tonight.
Northern Highlands on the other side of the ball, they have a less than adequate record. They're not as competitive as the Wayne Hills Patriots. What do the Patriots have to do tonight to come away with the win, and who's your MVP for tonight?
Well, my key player, Steve Lacarica, the guard for Wayne Hills, he's such a streaky shooter, but when he's on, he's so lights out. No one can stop him in the NBIL. If he can't overlook Northern Highlands, because like you said, they're not that good of a team. So, if he just has to focus on his jump shots, and if he makes his shots, Wayne Hills will have no problem coming away with the win.
Well, my key player has to be Chris Fonte. He's such a big presence in the low post at 6'7". If you get him the ball down there, he can't really be stopped. So if they hit the boards, there's no reason why they should lose.
My key player for tonight is easily Joe Russo. He's coming off the 1,000th point milestone, which is huge for any high school player. Steve Lacarica's been there for a while, but he's been starting more. Joe Russo, he's like Steve Lacarica, like you said. When he's hot, he's hot. And not only that, he's so confident, and it shows through his game. He boosts team morale. He's a big leader from this team. So as long as he's on tonight, I really don't see the Patriots having any problems. We'll be right back after this short break with Mr. Mezzi with our lineups. And now we're going to send it right to Mr. Mezzi for tonight's starting lineups. All right. Guys, tonight, the Goonies, they're legendary when it comes to Wayne Hills. How much of a factor do you think they're going to have coming into tonight's game?
Well, you know what? Like we said, Northern Highlands isn't that great of a team. So, I think the Goonies will keep Wayne Hills focused going into a game that's not considered that big of a game.
Yeah, they really motivate their players, and they really get in the heads of the opposing team, and they're a major factor to Wayne Hills' success.
Now, the Patriots, 4 out of their 5 starting are seniors, so how much of a big impact do you think the seniors are going to have?
Well, the thing is that they've been starting together for 2-3 years now, so they've played together for a long time. They've been able to develop some chemistry between them, so I think they play together well as a team, and I think that's going to really help them going into the playoffs.
Yeah, most of them aren't going to play in college, so their end of their career is coming up fast, and they're going to play as hard as they can to finish off strong.
The seniors like Della Volpe, Russo, Lacarica, they have such a big impact. Last year they were so young and they were still able to be competitive. This year, majority of them are seniors, and it's definitely showing throughout their record. But it's coming up on that time. We're going to have Mr. Mezzi with your starting lineup, so let's throw it to him.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Wayne Hills High School's Gifford Gymnasium for tonight's NBIL basketball game between the visiting Highlanders of Northern Highlands High School and the home team Patriots of Wayne Hills. And the NBIL and the NJSIAA continue to remind us with the following announcement. Spectators are to remain in the stands at all times. Additionally, NBIL regulations state that any negative comments directed at opposing cheerleaders, players, coaches, or officials, as well as opposing spectators, are unacceptable and will be cause for immediate ejection from this gymnasium. We are also reminded that state law has designated this a smoke-free campus. Accordingly, smoking is not permitted on school property. The NBIL and the administrators of both schools encourage supporting the team of your choice while respecting the opposition. Thank you for your cooperation and enjoy the game. The officials in tonight's game are John Moss and Phil DiDomenico. And introducing the coaching staffs for the visiting Highlanders, head coach Mike Stone and his assistants Chuck Dumbach and Tom Witkowski. And for the Patriots, head coach Dr. James Catalano and his assistants John Goldstein and Kevin Batty. And now for the starting lineups for the Highlanders. Junior guard number 21, James Kopfensteiner, number 21. Junior guard number 10, Harrison Klein, number 10. Junior forward number 13, Kyle Linares, number 13. Senior forward number 15, Tucker Disto, number 15. And junior center number 31, Brandon Bovino, number 31. And for the Patriots, senior guard number 20, Travis Della Volpe, number 20. Senior guard number 30, Steve Lacarica, number 30. Senior guard number 14, Justin Horahan, number 14. Senior forward number 41, Joe Russo, number 41. And junior center number 50, Chris Fonte, number 50. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you now please rise as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem by Wayne Hills senior Miss Demi Stolupi.
Just about to get underway here at the Gifford. Patriots are coming into tonight's game with a high morale, not looking for much opposition from Northern Highlands, but they are a respectable team. If you're just joining us, I'm Brian Dubow, joined by John Vittas and Anthony Scudillo. Now, guys, one career milestone that I want to talk about is the 1,000th point. I mentioned it in our pregame. Joe Russo just passed that, but Steve Lacarica, he's been starting, I believe, all 4 years, and I'm pretty sure that he's passed his 2,000 point. How important do you think it is to the game to reach 1,000 points?
Well, you know what, Brian? Obviously, what you want to do is win, but 1,000 points is a great milestone. It's pretty much the milestone in college and high school basketball, and to reach that mark it's just so big as a scorer to reach 1,000 points, because not many people can do that.
Yeah, Brian, doing that, it means that you're that much better than everyone else on the court, and that's great to know if you're a player.
I think to an extent it plays a big role in it, but at the end of the game, like John said, you just want to win. Taking the tip-off is Chris Fonte for Wayne Hills and Brendan Bavino. Hills will win the tip-off, and Justin Horahan's going to take it up for the Patriots.
Looks like Highlands is dropping back into a 2-3 zone to start it off.
Horahan's going to set up the play, and Del Volpe's going to take the jumper, rebound by Chris Fonte.
Great job by Fonte to use his size and his height to get over the Highlands defenders there, as he went over 3 Highlands forwards there. Got the offensive board, and he'll go to the line.
Now let's see if Fonte's Shaq-like when going to the line. He's a big guy who was able to draw the foul. He's going to make his first one. Will be the first point of the game.
Now his stroke looks good, but against Ramapo he struggled, so it'll be interesting to see how he does.
Makes the second one, so he's 2 for 2.
As I said in the pregame, Brian, if you could get it down low to Fonte, it'll be big, and his putbacks could put them ahead quickly in this game.
Now, one interesting thing is Hills brings the pressure early on in the game, which basically allows Highlands to press the ball, and if they get it down, they're into 2-man coverage. Ball's tipped by Lacarica. It's passed around by Northern Highlands.
Wayne Hills in a man-to-man defense. Aggressive to come out of the gate, try to force some turnovers, get out to the early lead.
If you could get out to a big
Pass
lead.
it around. Cause Fonte to jump. It's going to be tipped around. Hit out of bounds by Northern Highlands, so the Patriots will recover the ball. One thing I wanted to notice is the height difference between Chris Fonte and anybody else on their team. He's definitely got a few inches, which isn't unnormal for the Patriots, but it's going to be taken back up by Highlands.
That was a nice trap defense Northern Highlands had right there.
1-3-1 defense there by Highlands.
It's tipped out. Highlands is going to take it back and take the quick 3. No good. Rebound by James Kolfenstein. Another 3 is going to be good for Northern Highlands, making it 3-2. So now the Patriots need to respond.
If Highlands wants to hang around with the Patriots, they're going to have to hit their shots, and they start out hot so far, up by 1.
Steve Lacarica with the dish to Fonte, who's going to take an easy 2.
This game could come down to the low post, and obviously Wayne Hills has the advantage there with Chris Fonte at 6'7".
Yeah, they've got him established already in the early going. I mean, he's got all 4 points for Hills, so if he can keep that up, that should be big for Hills.
Northern Highlands takes the jumper, and it's good. Shot made by Tucker Diestel. Steve Lacarica is going to dribble around at the top of the key. Pass it to Justin Horahan. Now, Horahan's a small guy, but as we saw in the football season, he does have ups, and he's able to jump up for those rebounds and take control in the game.
On the defensive side for Highlands, they go with a 1-3-1 on a made basket, but when they don't make the basket and Wayne Hills is coming back the other way, they'll drop back into the 2-3 as Highlands scores there.
That's one major disadvantage Chris Fonte has. He's not as quick as the other guys he plays with. He might have the height advantage, but he's not half as athletic as these other guys.
Horahan looking for a pick at the top of the key. He's not going to get it. Pass to Del Volpe. He's going to give it to Russo for the 3. No good. Rebound by Justin Horahan.
Good job by Horahan to clean up Russo's mess, as he didn't follow his shot there, and it almost cost him the rebound.
Lacarica pulls up for the jumper. No good. Chris Fonte, the only player for Wayne Hills to score tonight. Joe Russo with the rebound. Dish to Lacarica, who's going to press it. Pass to Horahan, who's going to take the 3. No good. Rebound by Northern Highlands.
Hills is lucky to only be down 3 here. They're missing all their outside jumpers, which is what they rely on to win games.
Yeah, you're right, John. I mean, if their three-point shooting doesn't go down, it could all be a low-post game. And, thus far, Chris Fonte has shown that in the low post he can handle it, but they got to start making their shots.
Wayne Hills is going to take their first time out after Coach C doesn't like what he sees. I mean, that just shows how much it affects Wayne Hills when they don't make their threes. They took about 4 threes right there in the first few minutes, and they missed all of them. And the score is 4-9. They're already down by 5 points, which in the end, it adds up. So Hills really needs to watch what they do. I mean, maybe now's not the best time to be pulling up for threes, even though that is most of their game.
Yeah, absolutely. Wayne Hills is a streaky team. When they're on, they're on. They won't lose if they make their three-pointers, but so far they haven't. So they're going to have to rely on Chris Fonte, like Anthony said, and really maybe set picks and go into more of a set offense to try to score some points if they can't hit their shots.
Well, like you said, John, Wayne Hills is a streaky shooting team, but as soon as they get hot, they don't stop. If they could make their few shots coming out of the timeout, it could turn into a blowout really quickly.
Justin Horan inbounds the ball to Travis Della Volpe. He's going to pass it to Russo at the top of the key. He's going to take another 3. Russo misses. Fonte with the rebound, and he's fouled underneath.
Fonte's been a force so far in the early going. He's got all 4 points for Hills, probably up to around 2 or 3 rebounds now. So if he keeps that up, that'll be big for Hills.
Chris Fonte's what you call a gentle giant. As you saw there, he wasn't as aggressive to go up with the shot. He's just drawing the foul, but he's doing an overall good job so far. Horan to Russo, just back and forth. Horan's going to pull up past to Fonte. Nice shot by Fonte and a great pass by Horan, making it 6-9.
Great court vision there by Justin Horahan, finding the open guy and finding the hot hand with Chris Fonte, who's got all 6 points for Hills so far.
Yeah, with Hills missing all these shots, he's getting a lot of opportunities to shoot the ball.
So now number 31 is going to pull up for a second shot and miss both of them. Highlands rebounds both. And there you see big bag Chris Fonte coming down. And number 13, Kyle Linners.
Hope Chris Fonte's energy rubs off on the rest of the team because so far they look sluggish other than Fonte.
Inbound to Distel. Covered by Russo. Highlands will pass it around at the key. Nice layup there by number 31, Brandon Bovino, who's going to score on Fonte.
Bovino took his man off the dribble there, but there was no help defense. Della Volpe was right under the hoop, and he stayed with his man. Didn't realize that the ball was driving right past him.
Fonte's going to go with the post. Almost has the and one, but he's fouled once again. That's the 3rd foul on Fonte.
Yeah, he's doing a good job using the pump fake to get his people in the air and then goes back up with the shot.
So now he's going to go to the line for the 2nd time of tonight's game.
I think the reason Fonte could be having such a good...
He's 3 for 3. That's going to make the score 11-7. Northern Highlands down, or Northern Highlands up by 4, excuse me. Fonte misses his second, but Russo was able to draw another foul. So that's not going to let him shoot.
As I was saying before, I think the reason Fonte's had such a big game is I think Highlands is really stretching out their 2-3 zone and guarding the shooters for Wayne Hills as they've been in Lacarica's face all day. So I think that's opened it up in the middle for Fonte. As once again, he gets a shot off in the middle but couldn't convert.
So Northern Highlands just had to take Bovino out because that was his 2nd foul, so that might affect them due to the fact that if he gets in early foul trouble, Northern Highlands is in trouble. Passing it around at the top of the key. Under. Nice shot there, but no good. Rebound by Joe Russo, who's going to push it up to Della Volpe, who's going to pull up for the 3. No good. Rebound by Della Volpe, no good, and Chris Fonte up with it again, making it 9-11. The Patriots down 2. Timeout taken by Northern Highlands, so the Patriots were able to go on a little bit of a streak there, cutting the deficit only to 2. 2:32 remaining in the first quarter.
Chris Fonte is single-handedly keeping the Patriots in the game. I mean, they're lucky to only be down by 2 because they still haven't hit a 3, and they've taken at least 5 or 6 3-pointers. So I mean, if those three start falling, I mean, I don't see how Highlands could defend both Fonte and the outside shooting.
Yeah, John, the shooting will come around. You said they're a streaky team, and that's exactly what they are. You know, once they get their shots around, once they start dropping, there's no way you can stop this team with the way Fonte's playing right now.
So now the Patriots, I believe they won't get the ball, so Highlands is going to push it up. Try to end the Patriots' streak right here. So number 21, James Kopfensteiner, is going to take it up. Pass around the top of the key.
Wayne Hills maybe trying to slow it up a little bit as they've gone into a 2-3 zone now.
It's number 35, Alex Perez, goes up for the shot. Gets rejected, and then goes up again, and it goes out of bounds. So now Del Volpe's going to inbounds to Justin Horahan. Lacarica with the quick three, pulls up, no good. Tipped by Fonte. Rebound by Fonte, Lacarica up again, stuffed. Highlands will recover, stuffed there by Kyle Lenars.
Nothing is falling for Wayne Hills so far. I'd be interested to see if Coach Catalano goes to the bench to try to find a hot hand, because right now the starters just aren't hitting their shots.
If not, John, why don't you just go down to the low post, do what's working, get it to the low post, and go right up with it.
So now that's going to increase the Patriots' deficit to 5 with that three. Justin Horan's going to go up with the finger roll, and he's going to miss it. So Highlands is going to slow down the ball. Eric Schluskinder taking it up for them. Passing it around, looking for something underneath. Tipped by Lacarica to Russo. Russo's going to push it up. Pass to Justin Horan, intercepted by Northern Highlands. So now Tucker Distel is going to take it up. Slow things down. Now the Patriots have shifted to a zone defense from their original man. Highlands is going to pull up with the three, no good. Rebound over Horahan's head by number 13, Lenars. Horahan's going to foul him going up for the shot.
Yeah, Wayne Hills does not have the advantage in the mismatch in height in this game, with the guards at least. As you saw, the Northern Highlands defender there was able to go up over Justin Horahan to get the rebound. That could be a big deal later on if Northern Highlands can get themselves second chances on the offensive boards.
So now Alex Perez will check out, as Highlands is going to inbound the ball. Highlands top of the key. Schlussinger's going to take control of his offense, trying to set up a play. Looking for the Patriots to bite. Horahan, good man defense. Highlands is open at the three-point line. He's going to pull up, take the shot, no good. Tipped by Fonte once again. Rebound there by Harrison Klein. It goes out of bounds, though, in the Patriots' favor. So nice hustle there by Justin Horan to compete with Klein and get them the ball.
Yeah, 21 seconds to go in the first quarter. Hold on to the ball till about 7 or 8 seconds and then try to drive, draw some penetration, and kick it out.
So it's 14-9. We'll see if the Patriots can score once more before the quarter ends.
Clock down to 8 seconds now.
Horahan's going to pass up, draw to Fonte. Fonte's going to go up with it, no good. Rebound for himself, go up again, no good. Rebound Highlands. That's going to mark off the quarter. So now it's 9-14. The Patriots are down by 5. Guys, thoughts on the first quarter?
Well, I think the story so far has been Wayne Hills' shooting, or lack of shooting, rather. I mean, they still haven't hit a three. That's what their game is, three-point shooting. Lacarico and Russo haven't scored. I mean, those guys can score 20, 30 points a game, and to be scoreless after a quarter is really surprising. But Chris Fonte has really bailed out Wayne Hills so far.
You know, as long as they win on the boards, they'll be able to stay in this game. I mean, in the low post, they're doing a great job, and when the shooting comes around, it'll be all right.
All right, we're going to be back after this with the second quarter of play. Stay tuned.
Ahoy, Dan Cohen here. Where am I? I'm in a sea that's surrounded by the following countries: Russia, the Ukraine, Bulgaria, Romania, and Turkey. Am I in A, the Mediterranean Sea, B, the Black Sea, C, the Baltic Sea, or D, the Red Sea? said B, the Black Sea. You're right.
Back for the second quarter of action. Patriots have a little substitution going on. They're going to check in Joe Brandel, hoping to get, he's another three-point shooter, so we're going to see if he can bring some life, vitality into the Patriots, as they've been struggling with their threes in the first quarter.
I'd like to see Wayne Hills get some more subs in as well. I mean, maybe not right away, but they got to find someone who can hit some shots, because so far their stars are just not hitting the threes.
So Joe Brandel's going to take it up, pass to Lacarica. Forehand dish to Russo, who's going to get stuffed out. Out of bounds there by Highlands. Nice hustle by Murata for Northern Highlands, but tries to pass it back in and passes it out of bounds. So Horahan's going to take it, pass it to the top of the key. Lacarica to Horahan. Brandel's going to take the three and finally make one. Joe Brandel with the first three of the game, making it 12-14. The Patriots down by 2.
There you go. There's your three Wayne Hills has been waiting for, and it comes from an unlikely hero, but Joe Brandel connects on the three. That's what Wayne Hills has been waiting for all night.
Northern Highlands tries to respond twice. No good on both threes. They go back up. Can't even make the one inside the paint. So now Justin Horahan's going to push it up for the Patriots. Dish it to the top of the key to Brandel. Back to Horahan to Fonte. Fonte up with the easy two. So now, just like that, it's a tied game right off the bat coming into the second quarter.
Thus far, only the juniors have scored for Wayne Hills. Hopefully the senior production will come soon.
So I guess senior step-up wasn't as big a factor as we thought. Joe Russo with the big stuff up against number 22, Tucker Diestel. They do call the foul. The Goonies unhappy with that. I don't know about you guys, but that looked like all ball to me.
Yeah, I thought the shot actually went off the backboard. I didn't see too much of a foul there.
Highlands trying to respond to Wayne Hill's hot streak. They're going to go up with it. No good. Tipped by Joe Russo, rebound by Chris Fontes. Now Joe Brandel, the junior, is going to push it up for Wayne Hills. Brandel taking the initiative on the second three, and it's good. So Brandel 2 for 2 on his threes. Just the spark that the Patriots needed.
Joe Brandel lighting a fire under Wayne Hills. Clutch 2 for 2 now on threes. Just keep giving him the ball. Let him take those shots and see if you can extend the lead now.
So his initiative have put the Patriots up by 3, making it 17-14. Patriots still in zone defense. Highlands tries to respond with a 3, and it's good by Murata. Murata's one of the 3 seniors on Northern Highlands side of the ball, so he seems to be stepping it up and leading them, bringing them back to a 17-17 game. Lacarica to Horahan, back out to Lacarica. Brandel doesn't like his third 3, and he's going to dish it out again. He does like this one. No good. So now Joe Brandel is human. He misses his first 3 of the game. Highlands trying to get something going. Murata's going to take another 3. No good. It's a second straight 3 miss. Brandel's going to keep the pace and pass it to Horahan. Brandel takes another 3. 4-3 rings out. No good. So now Highlands is going to try to slow down the game. Schlossinger bringing up the ball. Murata at the top of the key.
Maybe Brando will draw some more attention, and that'll get other people open for shots.
Good point, Anthony. Wayne Hills' 2-3 zone has got to quicken up a little bit because Highlands has gotten some open 3s on the zone, so they got to swarm around a little bit quicker and get in the face of the Highland shooters.
Nice defense by the Patriots. Northern Highlands trying to find some holes, but they aren't getting anything. Just back and forth at the top of the key. Luckily for them, there's no shot clock. 4:30 remaining in the second quarter. Pass underneath. He's got to dish it back out. And it's going to be a bad pass. Brandel's going to recover. Go up for the layup. No good. Rebound there by Northern Highlands. Highlands is going to push it up. Go up. Stuffed by Chris Fonte. Look at Chris Fonte with all that power coming down. So now Murata is going to check out. Northern Highlands comes in with a lot of their subs. They seem to be exhausted. Actually, that last one was a foul, I believe. Or no, it wasn't. It just went out of bounds. Sorry about that. So now Northern Highlands trying to get something going. That was definitely a foul by Chris Fonte. Unfortunately, the shooter went into Chris Fonte's arm and just went back down to the floor. So he's going to go to shoot too. Kyle Linners.
One thing Highlands is doing that Wayne Hills is substituting, because Wayne Hills has only gone to Brandel. That's the only sub that's gotten in the game. But Highlands has been going through like a 9-man rotation, so that's depth is something that Highlands has utilized and Wayne Hills hasn't.
So there seems to be some discussion among the shooter and the ref. Not sure what that's about. But it seems that Northern Highlands is having a hard time overcompensating for the height deficit. I mean, Chris Fonte's so big, he's just draining all their players. Goonies doing their best to affect Linners, but it's no good. He's going to make his first foul shot, putting Northern Highlands up by 1. So the Goonies get to him on the second shot, and he doesn't make it. Fight there between Brandel and Brandon Bovino. Bovino checks back in.
I was kind of expecting a foul on Bovino as he tried to grab the ball right out of the Wayne Hills players' hands, but no call by the refs.
Bovino's already got 2, so he's got to be careful. I'm surprised he's being so aggressive with Joe Brandel, but Joe Brandel taking the initiative, even though Bovine's a lot bigger than him. So now Northern Highlands starts it back up at the top of the key. Hills, flawless defense, but they're going to pull up for the 3, no good. Rebound by Northern Highlands, goes back up, shot, no good. Horahan's going to push it up, passes to Lacarica, 1-on-1. Ball gets tipped out of bounds. So now it's going to be Hills' ball. Lacarica fortunate there.
That was really one of the first fast breaks Wayne Hills has started in this game. I think they should do that a little more often, try to get some transition jumpers, some open threes, and maybe those shots will start to fall.
So Russo's going to inbound it to Fonte. Top of the key to Brandel. Tipped out of bounds. Hills will retain possession. 3:30 remaining in the second quarter.
I think one thing Wayne Hills could do is use Chris Fonte to set some picks on the Highlands guards and get Lacarico and Russo some space to start hitting some shots.
So Brandel's going to pull up for another 3, and he makes it. He's 3 of 5 with his threes tonight, so he's definitely on.
Or you could just set picks for Joe Brandel because he's hitting the shots too. So
there you go.
As you said in the beginning, John, streaky team, streaky shots, and when they hit it, they're hot.
So now Highlands is going to have their fresh meat take the first 3, and it's no good. He's going to pull up, pass. No good. Shot there by number 10. They get the rebound again. Chris Fonte gets called with a foul. It's going to be and 1. Shot made there by Kyle Linares.
Great positioning by Linares to get inside on Fonte because he's probably got 4 or 5 inches deficit on Chris Fonte. So he was able to box Fonte out, get the rebound, and put it up for the score.
So now we got some more fresh blood checking in for the Patriots. Checking in for Chris Fonte is Mike Quinn. Standing at 6'4", he has not as much height as Chris Fonte, but he's a lot faster than Chris Fonte, so we'll see what Mike's able to do along with Joe Brandel.
Yeah,
Brandel's going to pass to Russo.
Mike has the one thing that Fonte doesn't have, and that's speed and quickness of an everyday center. I mean, he might not have the height, but he can get around players that Fonte can't.
Although he's not a towering 6'7", Quinn can measure up against all these guys. I mean, there's nobody that's bigger than him, maybe an inch or 2, but he should be able to hold his ground in center. So Highlands is going to take it at the top of the key, passing it around, looking for holes in the defense, finding nothing. Trying to find something in the center, but don't.
Wayne Hills' zone has been really good in the second quarter. Highlands has only scored 6 points so far, so Wayne Hills' zone has been quick, and they've swarmed to the ball, and their guards have really been active.
Guards are certainly getting their exercise tonight with Joe Brandel and Steve Lacarica up top. Northern Highlands tries to post up Mike Quinn. Shot's no good. Rebound by Quinn there. He's wrestling around with it on the ground. Northern Highlands is able to recover and goes up strong with the hoop. Wayne Hills looking for the foul but doesn't get anything.
The players just stopped. They were waiting for a whistle and it never came, and the Northern Highlands players, Johnny on the spot, picked up the ball and put it in.
So Russo is going to handle it now for the Patriots. Forehand going up strong against 3 people. Finally, still doesn't get the call, actually. It's going to be Wayne Hill's ball still, but Wayne Hill's not getting any fouls tonight. 1:23 remaining in the second quarter. 22-20, the Patriots are down by 2. Brandel at the top of the key.
Wayne Hills has to move on offense. All their players are just kind of standing still.
Brandel with a rebound, goes up strong, no good. Rebound, Northern Highlands.
You can see what happens when Wayne Hill's shots aren't going down by their seniors. I mean, they're not the same team that they are. They don't play with the same electricity that they do and energy that they do when they shoot well.
Absolutely, and it's a testament to their depth that they're only down by 2 in this game, because their 2 stars, Lacarico and Russo, are scoreless to this point, which is absolutely shocking, but Fonte and Brandel have been able to hold down the fort.
So now Diestel is going to take it, dribble around. No good pass, intercepted by Lacarica on the fast break. Bobbles his dribble, but slows it down. Passes it to the top of the key. Post to Quinn, up with it, and it's good. Nice athletic play there between Joe Russo and Mike Quinn.
Great lob pass by Joe Russo, and the athleticism by Mike Quinn, the quarterback, going up to catch the ball and laying it in.
5 seconds remaining. Highlands pulls up for one last shot. Quinn gets the rebound, pushes it up to Lacarica. One last shot, and it's an air ball. It wouldn't have counted if it did go in. So now we're at the end of the first half. It's 22-22, a tied game, and what Wayne Hills was expecting an easy win, they're not getting it so far. Surprisingly, the majority of their points has come from the bench. The spark has come from the bench. Guys, what do you see coming on in the second half? You think the seniors are going to step up, or you think it's still going to be all these juniors showing them up?
Well, you know what? The seniors have to step up eventually. I mean, I'm actually impressed with how Wayne Hills is playing so far because, like I said just a moment ago, Lacarico and Russo scoreless. I mean, they've only taken a couple of shots, missed them both, and it's just amazing how Wayne Hills has a tie game here with their 2 stars haven't even scored yet. It's amazing.
Yeah, they're not going to let themselves go scoreless. That's a real shot of your pride, and if they come out in the second half hot, there's no stopping Wayne Hills. I mean, once their shooting gets going, you're not going to be able to stop them.
So now Wayne Hills, I'm interested to see what they come to in the second half. I'm interested to see if they do keep starting their juniors with Mike Quinn and Joe Brandel, or if they go back to their seniors with the rested Chris Fonte. But we'll see in a little bit. We'll be right back after these messages. Drop back this time, look to his right, throw a deep ball to a wide open Justin Orhan. He's going to catch it at the 20 and take it in for a touchdown. That's 6 for the Patriots right there.
Man over center. Hand off to Dries. He's at the left side, and he's breaking free. 40, 30, cuts back to the right side, switches the field. He might go all the way. Touchdown, Ronnie Dries. Patriots, Justin Orhan in motion. Play action, Quinn drops back, throws deep over the center of the field, intent for Brian Ogden, and it's caught at the 20, at the 16-yard line. Brian Ogden in for the score. Touchdown, Brian Ogden.
This was the biggest game on Wayne Hills' regular season schedule as the crowd empties out here at PV. But I think this was their toughest test of the season, and they withstood it. As you see, a great run here, as that will be another touchdown for Hills, I believe, unless he's going to be caught. That is Ogden who crosses the goal line. Another touchdown for Hills as they are now just piling it on. 34-0.
Kenny again in the shotgun, sends a man in motion. Drops back to pass, rolls to his left, and he's going to take this for the run, and he's sacked in the end zone for a safety by number 59, Paul Drake.
And with that, the Wayne Hills Patriots win the state championship North 1 Group 3 2008 high school football season as they storm onto the field in celebration. The final score here from Giant Stadium, 35 for Wayne Hills, 6 for Lakeland.
Hello, welcome back to Wayne Hills TV. I'm here with the new principal, Mr. Palzewski. First of all, congratulations on your new job.
Thank you very much.
What do you plan on doing as the new principal of Wayne Hills?
Well, I'm going to build on what Mr. Markowick has done over the last 6 years. Taking over in the middle of the year is not something that you come in and change everything all at once. But we're going to continue to work hard with our students and faculty and parents and make sure that every kid is able to succeed the best that they possibly can.
All right, and you've been here watching the first half of this basketball game. What do you think so far?
I think that both teams are playing really, really hard. Anytime it's an NBIL game, Northern Highlands is a big rivalry for us. Our kids are playing well. We're shooting the ball pretty good, and we're getting the ball to Chris Fonte down low, which is important. He's a big guy and is able to score inside for us. So if we continue to play hard and play the defense where we're playing, we're going to be successful.
All right, that's it. So, guys, back to you.
Thank you for that, Thomas. Mr. Palazewski with his words of wisdom on the game. So far, the seniors really have been non-existent. I mean, they've been pushing the ball with the fast break, but they haven't been on with their threes. Joe Russo, Steve Lacarica, they've been lacking. But Joe Brandl's been there to compensate. Mike Quinn was able to relieve Chris Fonte for a little bit. Guys, how do you get the seniors more involved to start sinking those shots? I mean, Joe Russo, for the most part, has been double-teamed, and Steve Lacarica just hasn't made a lot of his shots. He's had some basic mistakes. What do you have to do if you're Coach C?
Yeah, I mean, Wayne Hills' offense has been really still. They really have not moved at all. I mean, Della Volpe and Brandel and the other guards have really just tried to drive and then dish to Fonte, and that's worked all right, but they have to get Lacarica and Russo open to hit threes and get the Goonies into the game. To do that, I think they're going to have to set some picks, have Lacarica and Russo cut baseline and try to get open in the corner, and they really got to get them some space, because if they can hit threes, I mean, Wayne Hills is going to have no problem beating Highlands, but until they do that, Highlands is going to stick around.
Yeah, you're right, John. I mean, you're not going to be able to score many points or get open when you're standing still. You're right. If you set picks, if you start moving around, if you dish it to the guy underneath in the low post and then throw it back out, you're going to be able to get some outside shots, some good looks from, outside the three-point line. And then you go back inside for the high percentage shot to Fonte or Quinn, and there, boom, you got a lot of points.
The Patriots really, for having a bad game, they've been doing pretty good. I mean, they're keeping up with Northern Highlands. The score is 22-22. It's not what they wanted coming into this due to the fact that they are a better team due to their records. I mean, if you look at it, Hills clearly has a better record at 10-3. We're going to be right back after this break with the second half action. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Gifford Gymnasium, where the second half is just about to start. It's tied 22-22 if you're just joining us. I'm Brian Dubow, joined by John Venus and Anthony Scudillo. So it seems that the Patriots will stick to their starting lineup for the most part. They're going to keep Joe Brandel in due to the fact that he was the spark that ignited them to cut the deficit. Guys, one thing I want to talk about as a topic is it's dunking. Now, there's a few players on Wayne Hills that could do it. Justin Orhan easily has the ups to do it. Mike Quinn has the height and ups to do it. Chris Fonte, it's no surprise that he could do it. Do you think that we're ever going to see a dunk, especially in tonight's game?
Well, I honestly think you need to be in a fast break. I mean, you don't get many opportunities down low just normally. Most people play pretty good defense, and you're not able to get up and around them. But if you get them in a fast break, then you have a really good opportunity of seeing one.
And I think for it to happen, as you see the fast break here, but for it to happen, it has to come in a big moment in the game where the adrenaline's pumping. I mean, the kid has to be really pumped up and to be able to get off the floor that high. It's not that easy to do in a game. It's one thing to do it at practice, but to do it in a game it's a big deal.
Now, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, we saw Mike Quinn did attempt to dunk in the game. He went up for it. They were up by 10, so that was the perfect time to experiment, as he calls it. He went up for the dunk on a fast break, and unfortunately he got stuffed by the rim, so we'll see if he's able to dunk in tonight's game. I would love to see it.
It's exciting to watch, and it really motivates your team.
So now Joe Brandle's going to take it at the top of the key for the Patriots. Russo underneath, dishes out to Fonte, but it's intercepted.
Highlands sticking with the defense that was successful in the first half, which was the 2-3 zone. Their guards are able to go out and extend to cover Lacarica and Russo, and it worked in the first half.
What Wayne Hills is doing, right now is they're really forcing passes into places that aren't open. You saw there where Joey Russo tried to throw it into Fonte, and, there was 3 guys around Chris. I mean, you really can't force it in like that.
So now the Patriots trying to get something going. Joe Russo pulls up, but he's stuffed by number 22, Distal, who's actually a senior. He's one of the 3 seniors, and he's a brother of a sophomore who also played. He had a lot of time in the first half, so maybe they'll have some brother chemistry. But now Fonte's going to go underneath, and he stuffs him. No foul called. The Patriots are going to push it up, bring up the pace. Lacarica pulls up for the 3, no good. Rebound by Northern Highlands, tipped by Russo.
Now going back to the possession before Lacarica's shot when Russo got stuffed in the middle. In that situation, I'd like to see one of the Wayne Hills shooters pop out beyond the 3-point arc and get a pass from Russo instead of getting stuffed like he did.
Now the Patriots are getting stuck with a lot of fouls here, and they don't seem to be getting anything called on Northern Highlands in return. So for now, they're going to have to cope with it. But number 13, Kyle Linders, is going to go to the line to shoot 2. Goonies got to him. He misses his first one. Linders looking a little frustrated. Matt DeBlock's going to check in for Chris Fonte.
Fonte's got to come out with 3 fouls. That's huge now because Fonte's been really the big force for Wayne Hills inside, and DeBlock's going to have to provide some energy for Wayne Hills to keep them in it, or at least as long as Lacarica and Russo don't hit their shots.
Linders sinks his second one, putting Highlands up by 3. 6 minutes remaining in the third quarter. So we'll see how Matt DeBlock can fill the void of Chris Fonte. 3 is finally made there by Steve Lacarica, his first of the game.
It's about time. Lacarica finally hits a 3. Him and Russo really haven't gotten too many shots, but Lacarica finally hits one. Maybe that'll get him into a rhythm, and if he can hit some more, that'll just be absolutely huge for Hills.
Pass intercepted by Joe Brando. He's going to push up to Lacarica, who's going to pull up for another 3 way beyond the arc, and he sinks it. So I guess now is that point in the game where he's on. He just sinks 2 threes in a row back-to-back, putting the Patriots up by 3.
What was Bavino doing on that play? The defender as Brandle
intercepted again by Brandle, who's going to go up for the layup, looking for the foul. They get nothing. Quick rebound by Del Volpe there. He's going to go up for another 2. Coach Steve frustrated with no fouls being called on Northern Highlands.
Finally, the first big run of the game for Wayne Hills. They have a 5-point lead now. Lacarica hit 2 threes, and it sparked the Goonies and the rest of this Wayne Hills team. An athletic play to get another basket, and they're really flowing now on offense.
Hey, guys, you can really see what happens when they start shooting with their seniors. I mean, it motivates the rest of the team, and they start to get fire. Their offense is hard to stop once they start that 3-point shooting.
Matt DeBlock on the foul there. Quinn's going to check into the game for Joe Russo. So now even though you're taking out a lot of your basic starters, I mean, Patriots have a pretty strong bench in Mike Quinn, Joe Brandle, and Matt DeBlock, so they shouldn't have any problems. As you see Quinn stuffing there and getting the rebound, handing it off to Brandle. So now we'll see what the underclassmen can do. As Brandle pulls up for the 3, rings out. Rebound by Northern Highlands. So now Schlusslinger is going to push it up. He's going to pass it out to the top of the key. They're going to pull up for a 3, and it's good. Made there by Harrison Klein, his first 3 of the game.
Highlands did something I'd really like to see Wayne Hills do. They set a double baseline screen as the guy who made the shot ran around both screens and was wide open in the corner.
Lacarica pulls up for his third 3. So now he's 3 for 3 with 3s in the second half.
Like we said in the pregame, Steve Lacarica is just such a streaky shooter, and when he's on, he is lights out. And 3 threes now in the second half. He's finally turning it on.
So Northern Highlands is going to have to burn a timeout after the Patriots coming out of the locker room like that. They're up by 5. They keep their lead. So far, they're not in too much foul trouble, but they do have to watch it. They're getting a lot of fouls called on them, so they need to be careful.
Now that Wayne Hills is hitting their shots, if they can just play some defense, not let Highlands get too many 3-pointers and some baskets on their end, I mean, I think they should be fine as long as their shots continue to go down.
If they keep shooting the way they are right now, it could be lights out very quickly, John.
So the 5 that went out during the timeout are going to stay in. Mike Quinn, Matt DeBlock, Joe Brandel, Steve Lacarica, and Travis Delvolpe. They don't have the height, but they certainly have the athleticism. So we'll see if they could utilize it now and extend their lead a little further.
Yeah, it's interesting. As soon as they took Chris Fonte out of the game, Wayne Hills started to run the floor with a more athletic lineup and hit some shots. So they might stick with that for a while until, as long as it works.
Inbound there to Linars. He's going to feel the pressure from Quinn and dump it off. Schlussinger looking for something underneath. He's not going to get it. Pressured there. Top of the key. No good there by Northern Highlands. They're going to pass up, get the rebound, go up again. So look at that. Tucker Distel shoots his own shot, runs in, gets his rebound, pulls up for another one, and makes it. So it's going to make it 33-30, 3:45 remaining in the third quarter.
Highlands has gone into a box and one now as Lacarica started to hit his shots. A good call by the Highlands coach. They got a box zone and one man, number 12, guarding Lacarica, trying to shut him down. I think that'll work.
That's going to leave Quinn open in the post, though, so we'll look for him to get a point. As Delvolpe's going to go under, Quinn's going to go up. No foul called. Trying to get his rebound, but he can't. So Lacarica pressuring. He's going to get called on the foul. Not a lot of contact there. I mean,
that's just a frustration foul by Lacarica. He's probably frustrated that they got into a box and one and have singled him out, really got up in his face, and he was frustrated, tried to work off that anger by going with the full court press and just bumped the defender, or bumped the guy with the ball and cost him.
I mean, with this kind of defense on Lacarica, this is when you need him to go under the hoop and get a screen from one of the big guys and come out on the other side wide open, John.
So Linders is going to take it at the top of the key. He's going to dump it off. Highlands is going to go up with the finger roll there by Schlusslinger. He's not going to get it. Rebound there, and there's another foul called on the Patriots. Bovino has checked back in. He's got to be careful. He was in foul trouble in the first half, but he's going to go to the line for 2. Foul on Travis Delvolpe there.
Good job by Bovino there on the rebound to get himself in position. He was trapped by 3 Wayne Hills rebounders there, but was able to get the ball and go back up and draw the foul.
So Joe Russo getting ready to check back into the game. The Patriots need him now more than ever as Highlands has cut their deficit to 3. Bovino ignores the Goonies and sinks his first shot. So DeBlock's going to check out for Russo.
I think Wayne Hills needs to get another shooter in with Russo because Lacarica is getting guarded one-on-one now, man-to-man, so they might look for Russo to make some shots now.
Bovino pulls up for a second, and it's good. So now the Patriots only lead by 1 with 2:50 remaining in the third quarter. Delvolpe's going to pull up for the 3, no good. Rebound there by Linners. Russo seems he was trying to get, all right. So coach is looking for a foul from Northern Highlands, but he doesn't get it. It's going to be called out of bounds. So now Russo's going to inbound to Quinn.
I mean, these calls that could go either way are not really being called. They're just letting them play right now. Only the major fouls are being called.
Russo pulls up for the 3, bounces out.
Eric Schlussinger for Highlands has been given the duty to chase around Lacarica, not let him shoot any threes. So far, he's been successful. Lacarica's definitely getting a little rattled.
So now the press starts by the Patriots. They're pressing 3 other guys, leaving 2 on defense. Russo tips it out of bounds, but it's going to go the Patriots' way. So we'll see if the Patriots could get something started. I think if they got a little of those fouls called in their favor, they would be up by a lot more right now. Delvolpe at the top of the key. Brandel's going to pull up, and he sinks it. So Joe Brandel comes back with his first 3 of the half, making it 36-32.
That's the 4-3 for Joe Brandel. 3 in the first half, now another one in the second half. This has got to be close to a career high for him now with 12 points.
He's shooting 50% from behind the line right now, and that's a great job. I mean, not the easiest shot to take, but he's been wide open with all the attention on Lacarica and Russo.
So now Schlusslinger is going to dribble around. Can't find anything. He's feeling the pressure. Good defense by Delvolpe. Trapped there by Steve Lacarica, who's going to steal it. Patriots looking for a foul, and they call a jump ball.
It's either going to be a jump ball or a travel because Lacarica was running all over with the ball in his back pocket. So Wayne Hill's a little bit lucky they didn't get called for a travel, but jump ball was probably the right call to make.
So now Kofensteiner checks into the game for Northern Highlands. He's going to inbound the ball. Joe Russo goes for the steal, but he misses it. Pull up there, no good. Rebound by Quinn. Randall pushes it up, throws right to a Northern Highlands defender. So now fast break coming from Northern Highlands. Quinn all alone on defense. And they're going to draw the foul. So now he's going to go up for 2. Unfortunately, Quinn was all alone there on defense, so he was trying to compensate for 3 defenders, and he had to foul.
Right now, I think the turning point in the second half has been when the Northern Highlands coach went to the box and won, because Lacarica's been shut down since that point. And Wayne Hills went on a little bit of a run before that, and now Highlands has clawed back into it as they can tie the game here. Oh, I'm sorry, they're down by 4, but they're getting back in it.
So Bovino misses his first shot. He makes his second, so he's 3 for 4 foul shots in the second half. He's going to check out immediately after switching off with Perez. Randall inbounds the ball to Del Volpe. Del Volpe at the top of the key, trying to set up a play. Center to Quinn, who finds Lacarica. Pump fakes, pulls up. No good. Rebound by Joe Russo, who tips it back in. Nice play there by Joe Russo.
Joe Russo's first basket of the game. He hasn't gotten a chance to shoot too many threes, but creating for himself, getting inside, getting some garbage points. I think that's what he needs to get back into it.
Wide open underneath is a Northern Highlands Highlander, number 13, Linners. He's going to get an easy 2 points, and now we're ticking down to the final seconds. 40 seconds remaining in the third quarter. We'll see if the Patriots are going to milk down the clock. It seems they're going to just go for any easy points they can. Pass to Brandel, wide open 3, no good. Rebound Northern Highlands by Ward. He's going to push it up. Pass to Kaufensteiner. So 20 seconds remaining now. They're going to milk it. He falls to the ground. Pass intercepted by Joe Brandel. 14 seconds remaining. He's pushing it up. Joe Russo calling for the ball in the corner. Steve Lacarica double teamed. Pass to Russo. Pulls up for it. No good. Rings out with 3 seconds left.
Great ball movement by Wayne Hills on the last 2 possessions. We really haven't seen too much of that from them. Those quick chest passes, swinging the ball around to find the open man in the corner. Russo just missed it there.
So Quinn gets called with another last-second foul. So now Distal will check back into the game. He's the sophomore brother of another senior, 22 Distal. They're going to inbound, 3 seconds left. Pull up for a shot, no good, not even close.
Highlands looking for a foul there, didn't get it.
I really don't see how Highlands can be upset with the calling so far. I mean, they've gotten so much in their favor. The Patriots haven't gotten a lot of fouls that weren't called on them. So now it's 38-35, the Patriots lead going into the fourth quarter. It's going to be a closer game than we anticipated in the beginning. We'll see if they can pull it out after this break. Welcome back to the Gifford for the fourth and final quarter of play. Patriots have a small lead, 38-35. They've had most of their juniors in for most of the game. Chris Fonte's been out for a while after getting into some serious foul trouble. He will stay on the bench. It seems Coach C just wants to utilize him in the final minutes when they really need him most.
One thing I'd like to see Northern Highlands take advantage of, well, I wouldn't like them to see it happen, but I think they could, is Wayne Hills has 6 fouls. Highlands has none in the second half. So the next foul that Wayne Hills picks up, Highlands will go to the line for a 1-and-1. So if Highlands can get inside, draw some fouls, they'll get the chance to stop the clock and hit some free throws and cut into Wayne Hills' 3-point lead.
Del Volpe feeling the pressure, passes out to Lacarica, who's going to pull up for an easy 3, and he nails it.
12 points now for Lacarica as he's starting to get into a little bit of a rhythm. Boxing one didn't affect him on that play. If he can continue to do that, Wayne Hills should walk away with the win.
With Chris Fonte on the bench right now, the Patriots really need to utilize those 3-pointers because they can go down low, but they can't go down low as much with Mike Quinn as they would normally.
Well, it's going to be
Fonte.
interesting, Brian, if this foul trouble comes back to bite them in the behind, because they have a few sophomores that are good players. One in Peter Davies, who can replace Fonte in the low post because he is a little shorter, but at 6'3", he's still a big kid, and he could, be a real presence and a playmaker in the low post.
I really don't see that happening due to the fact that Quinn's 6'4", so he's taller and a little bit more experience. So the Patriots finally draw a foul there. Randall's going to get it
Russo
at the top
in the
of
corner.
the key. Quick to Russo in the corner.
Russo had an opening for a second, but the pass came just a split second too late. Otherwise, Russo would have had a wide open 3.
So Russo steps out of bounds, and it's going to be Northern Highlands ball. Patriots with a 3-man press right now. They have a lead of 6, 41-35, the Patriots lead. He's going to throw a bomb down. Russo trying to play defense. He misses it. Highlands gets a rebound, pulls up for it again. Shot made there by Eric Schlesinger.
Mike Quinn would be impressed with that touchdown pass by Highlands there. Too bad they couldn't do that on the football field this year, but good play there for the basketball team, and they got their points.
So Brando pulls up for the 3. It's no good. Rebound there again by Schlesinger. He's going to push it up. Pass to Distel. Top of the key now. Trying to set up a play. Distel in the corner. Lacarica. Good defense. Distel pulls up. No good. Rebound there by Joe Brandel. Brandel feeling the press from Linners, but he eventually backs off. Quinn tries to get a quick pass off there, but he's not going to get it. He's able to recover and give to a wide open Lacarica, who nails another 3. So now the Patriots are up by 7, just like that, with 6 minutes remaining. Those 3s are certainly. Northern Highlands burns another timeout as they don't like what they see.
Yeah, Highland has got to get with it quick now. 6:09 to play in the game. Hills up by 7. I mean, Lacarico's in the zone right about now. 15 points for him. But Chris Fonte's coming back in the game for Russo, who's been very frustrated. Just 2 points in this game. He's supposed to be one of the top scorers for Hills. An off night for him, but hopefully Fonte will check in and make an impact like he did in the first half.
If you look at Northern Highlands, their bench, I mean, they're extremely winded right now, and how could they not be going up against the Patriots team, which is extremely athletic? With Chris Fonte out, you mentioned before, John, they're able to push the fast pace. They're able to make those fast breaks, which they can't run with Chris Fonte due to the fact they'd be down a man. So I'm interested to see when Coach C decides it's time to put Chris Fonte back in for the post, but then he loses the advantage of running the fast break. So you have to see what he thinks is going to work out best for the Patriots.
What I think Coach Catalano's thinking there by putting Fonte in is that he's hoping Fonte can get some rebounds, offensive rebounds in particular, and get Wayne Hill some extra possessions where they can burn the clock. Up by 7, 6:09 to go. So if Fonte can get them some extra possessions, burn a couple extra minutes off the clock, that'll be huge.
So now Russo is going to take a breather while Fonte checks back in. He's had some foul trouble, but hopefully he can make up for it. So now they have 2 big men in, Mike Quinn and Chris Fonte. So we'll see if the defense can compensate right now with the loss of Joe Russo. So Schlesinger is going to take it at the top of the key.
Hills in a man-to-man, which they haven't been since the beginning of the game. Interesting call.
They pull up, and they make an easy 2 inside the paint. Now, I'm not sure why they're going back to man due to the fact that they were having a lot of success once they switched over to zone, so I'm not sure what the calling behind that is. 5:30 remaining in the 4th quarter. Del Volpe at the top of the key. covered by Distal.
Highlands sitting in their box and 1. They're going to have to get out of that eventually and try to force some turnovers because Della Volpe's just burning valuable seconds off the clock for Highlands.
You're right, John. I really don't know how they're just standing there and letting them burn it. They're trying to pressure him a little bit, but Della Volpe is a great ball handler, and he's doing a good job of juking out Distal. He's going to pass it over to a wide-open Quinn, who's going to bring it out to Horan, who's going to slow it down again.
Yeah, Hill's doing a great job of moving the ball and milking the clock right now.
Now, this is what they weren't able to capitalize on against Old Japan on the way. They were up with a minute left, and they weren't able to milk the clock. And they ended up losing by a point, which was a serious blow. So now we'll see if the Patriots can milk the clock. Quinn goes up strong, but passes to Fonte, who goes up and gets the and 1. Nice play there by Fonte. That's when they need him the most.
Yeah, great interior passing by Mike Quinn to find Fonte. His first points of the second half. He's up to 13 now, so we'll see if Fonte can hit the free throw here and make it a 3-point play.
Yeah, they really improved from the first half when they were just looking to the outside, and now they're looking around, passing it everywhere, including the inside.
So Fonte misses his 3. Rebound there by Northern Highlands by Pavino, but he's going to get fouled. So now Pavino is in the 1-and-1 advantage, so he's going to get to shoot his first. This can turn out to be tragic for Wayne Hills Patriots with all these fouls.
Yeah, it's also going to make or break Highlands' night because they're probably going to have some more chances from the line. They have to convert in order to come back.
He's going to miss his first. Nice rebound there by Quinn, jumping up against Distal. So now the Patriots are up 46-39. They lead by 7 with 4:40 remaining.
That's just a huge miss at the free throw line. You can't miss the front end of a 1-and-1. Wayne Hills gets the rebound. They'll probably burn another 30 seconds off the clock here. I mean, you have to convert on the free throw line when you're down by 7 with 4.5 to go in the game.
Now you see Travis Della Volpe there spinning out. As I mentioned before, he's an excellent ball handler. Going underneath, looking for an easy foul. I think they finally called it. There seems to be some confusion. They're going to give him the foul. They're not going to give him the shooting foul, though. So now Lacarica is going to pull up and take it inside the 3. No good. So now they call Fonte on. Now they call a foul on Fonte. Excuse me. That's going to be his 4th.
Yeah, not a smart play by Fonte. He was draped all over the Highlands rebounder there. That's a situation where you just got to live with the fact that he got the position on you, boxed you out, and just let the guy get the rebound. Don't commit a foul and give Highlands a quick chance to put points on the board from the free throw line.
So now Murata's going to check back in after this first foul shot, which is missed again by Northern Highlands. Quinn fighting for the ball. Tries to get it. Northern Highlands gets a lucky call, and the possession's going to go in their way. So now Murata is going to sub back in. He had a big 3 for Northern Highlands in the first half. We'll see if he's able to do what they need him to do. So now Northern Highlands will get to inbound the ball. 31's going to pull up for the 3. No good. Rebound there by Quinn. Quinn's going to hand it off to Lacarica. So now Wayne Hills Patriots are falling back on Lacarica, their senior, to lead them to a victory. They're trying to get him in the corner to pull up for one last 3, just to put them up that much more.
With 3:52 to go, I'm actually pretty surprised Highlands hasn't gone to their 1-3-1 trap defense, which they did in the first half. As it looks like now they're going to try to trap a little bit.
And you just get to see Wayne Hill's ball handling skills here. I mean, Horahan juking out everybody, gets triple coverage, and he's able to still dish it out to Quinn, who's able to pass it to the top of the key. You see Murata there going with an intentional foul. Refs finally call that.
Just the 3rd foul on Highlands, so maybe trying to get into or at least a little closer to the bonus for later on when they're going to have to stop the clock and let Wayne Hills go to the line. So 3 fouls. They're going to have to foul a lot more to get Wayne Hills into the bonus. But
so Horan's going to be pressured by Distal. He's going to go up, get fouled, but he wasn't even anticipating the foul. He was going up for a nice alley-oop with Quinn, which I would have liked to see. But he's going to get the foul, which is just as good. So now Northern Highlands coach has decided that it's become necessary to foul every play rather than let him milk the clock. You see Lacarica pass to Horan at the top of the key.
one thing Highlands can do too, with 3 fouls to give, they can try to reach in and get a quick steal when Wayne Hills puts the ball on the floor because, like I said, they have those 3 fouls to give, so they have some room for error on those reach-in fouls.
As you see Horahan and Del Volpe running the court right now. They're trying to draw some defenders and get Lacarica open to 3. But Lacarica's defender isn't going to bite. Horahan's just really impressing me right now with his ball handling skills.
Hill's doing a great job right now, spreading around the ball. And then there's a foul, right? Number 22.
Yeah, they're just basically playing keep away at this point.
So Distal will foul Del Volpe, which will allow him to inbound it again for the 3rd time on this play. So Quinn goes to the back and gives it back to Del Volpe. Del Volpe calling for Lacarica. Seems to be some pylons there, but Northern Highlands is able to recover. They're going to dish it out. Go up for a 2. No good. Tip there by Quinn, who's going to give it to Horahan, who gets an easy foul. Highlands getting a little physical now with their fouls. So Del Volpe's going to inbound the ball. Foul on 22. Tucker Distal.
That's his
Russo
third.
is getting ready to check back in, which can turn out to be huge. Quinn's going to check out. So now is when you put your seniors in with 2:20 remaining, up by 7.
Del Volpe will inbound. Wayne Hills goes with the set piece, and Horahan takes the ball. In the backcourt, they're going to have to get it over in a few seconds.
They're trying to trap him.
Lacarica with the ball now in space as he'll just hold on to it, and the foul is finally given by Highlands. That's the 7th on Highlands, so Wayne Hills is finally in the bonus. 4th on Tucker Distal.
One of their best shooters at the line right now, John and Steve Lacarica. I mean, he's turned it on in the second half with his shooting, making most of his shots. And yeah, that was huge for Wayne Hills. That gave him a big spurt in the beginning of the second half.
Yeah, one thing Lacarica hasn't done in this game is get to the free throw line. He usually does that a lot, and tonight he hasn't been able to do it. That could be a big reason why Highlands was able to stick around for so long, but Lacarica converts on the first free throw.
John, what do you think of the performance thus far of Joe Russo? I mean, I know he's playing his heart out right now, but the baskets just aren't falling for him.
Yeah, it's frustrating for him. I mean, everyone's going to have an off game now and then. And obviously tonight was Joe Russo's off night, but, you know, Lacarica in the second half, Fonte in the first half, Brandel overall were able to fill in and make up for it. And that's just, it's huge for a team like Wayne Hills because you're going to need that depth and that leadership from all over the court later on when you face the better teams in the playoffs. So very important for Wayne Hills to get points from elsewhere when their stars like Russo aren't hitting.
So the Patriots lead by 8 with 2:06 remaining in the 4th quarter. They're getting very close to that 1-and-1 advantage. 2 more fouls, or 1 more foul, I believe. And then they'll be in that advantage. So far, the Patriots are doing a great job of keeping the ball away. Travis Del Volpe really impressing me, along with Justin Horahan. Northern Highlands needs to come up with some kind of answer because their 4-and-1 isn't really doing anything for them right now because Hills doesn't need the 3, quite frankly, right now, and they're not looking for one.
No, absolutely not. They're just going to hold the ball till they get fouled. Try to keep it away from Highlands. Don't do anything stupid, and hit their free throws. If they can do that, I mean, game over.
So Quinn's going to check back in. So now it's Quinn, Russo, Del Volpe, Horahan, and Lacarica to finish off the game. Inbound there by Distal to Bovino. Bovino's one of their seniors. He's going to go up. And finally, the Patriots get another foul called on them. Joe Russo trying to draw a charge, but he doesn't get it.
Yeah, Russo's feet were still moving there, trying to make up for his poor shooting night, but got called for the block there. Bovino will go to the line, trying to take advantage. Down by 9 with 2:01 to go.
He had the right idea, but we'll see if Bovino can capitalize on these easy points. He's going to make his first one. Bovino's going to go for a second shot. Ignores the Goonies and makes a second. Right after that, he's going to check out as Pernis checks back in, and so does Joe Brandel. He's going to check in for Mike Quinn. So now the lead is cut to 7 with 2 minutes remaining.
The biggest man on the court for Wayne Hills right now is Joe Russo.
Yeah, Highlands went with the full court press there, but Lacarica was able to find an open space. Russo hit him with the pass, and Lacarica will go back to the line.
Just as you say that, Mike Quinn's getting ready to check back in. So their height will be coming back after these. I don't want to jinx them, but these 2 points seem to be very easy for Steve Lacarica after all the threes he made. So Bovino checks back in for Northern Highlands along with Quinn. Lacarica pulls up for his first one, no problem. Trying to increase the lead to 9. Sinks a second.
Lacarica now with 19 points in the second half. Was scoreless in the first half. He made a big deal about that, but really came back strong here in the second half. 19 points. I mean, he got up to his average as he always seems to do.
Rookie mistake made there by one of the sophomores, Casey Distel, who's the brother of the senior. That's going to cost Northern Highlands a lot, as they're trying to pass it, but Distel gets called out of bounds, so now the ball is going to be in the Patriots' favor. Full court press by Northern Highlands, which is pretty apparent at this point. Lacarica gets fouled, which is the person you want to get fouled.
Nice little decoy there by Coach Catalano. Set up a stack in the middle right in front of the inbounder, but Steve Lacarica snuck off into the corner and was wide open. Highlands didn't realize he was there, and they got their #1 free throw shooter to the line once again to try to get 20 points for the night.
I'm trying to understand what Coach C is doing with Mike Quinn and Joe Brandel. He keeps alternating them. I guess he wants Joe in for the defense, and then he wants Mike in for the offense. And now you see Joe Russo come out. There's just an unlimited amount of subs coming in and out. So now number 13, Linners, is going to check back in. With 1:45 remaining, the Patriots are up by 10. Lacarica pulls up for a second, and it's good. So now they're up by 11. Patriots with a little bit of press of their own. Pressure there by the Patriots defense. They're playing man now, and it's certainly working.
Yeah, they're not letting Northern Highlands get any good shots off right now. The shot falls there. That was a nice shot, fade away.
Quinn and DeBlock both double team Bovino, but he's still able to come away with the fadeaway, so he's going to score, making the Patriots lead 9. It's now 1:30 remaining. Knock on wood, it seems that the Patriots have this in the bag. But we'll see a lot can happen in a minute 30, so we'll see what's going to happen.
Yeah, as long as Steve Lacarica continues to make his free throws, Wayne Hill should have no problem. 6 for 6 from the line. I mean, he's just single-handedly putting Highlands away.
So Coach C giving his final words of wisdom to his team, trying to get them to pull out this win, making them 11-3.
All Wayne Hills really needs to do right now is, give him some space, don't foul, keep the ball on the offensive side, milk it, and, as long as you do that, it should be a W for Wayne Hills.
To avoid some dead air, I'll just run through this points for each player for Wayne Hills. Lacarica with a strong second half to get 21 so far for the game. Fonte with 13. Joe Brandel coming off the bench with 12. Delavopi, Russo, and Quinn all with 2 points.
So now the Patriots get to inbound the ball with 1:27 remaining. Oh, ball is to Delavopi, who's going to kick it out of bounds. Northern Highlands kicks it, excuse me. So now Russo's going to inbound the ball again. Inbound to Joe Brandel, back to Delavopi to Russo. His pass is going to get picked off. They pull up for the 3, no good. Shot there taken by Distel. Steve Lacarica pushes it up, but he can't get anything out of it. So now Northern Highlands comes back with a fast pace, pulls up for another three. High arc, no good, shot by Klein. So now Del Volpe's going to push it up and then slow it down. Lacarica, quick foul.
Highlands scrambling, has hit a three. They had 2 open looks, couldn't convert. And Wayne Hills will go back to the line to try to put this away.
So now Quinn in the blocker getting ready to check back in. And you see just the team's awareness of where Steve Lacarica is. Because as soon as he gets down there, they give him the ball just to get him the quick foul. And it's basically guaranteed points at this point, not to jinx him.
Well, when you're 6 for 6 from the line, they're definitely going to look for you to hit some free throws.
Make that 7 for 7. So now their lead is increased to 10, and he's still got one more foul shot remaining. Joe Brandel and Joe Russo check out of the game. Misses his first free throw of the game. Rebound there by Northern Highlands. They're able to keep it in bounds. Distel's going to push it up. Spin out. Try to pull something out, and he does. Spin off him at the block there. Steve Lacarica pushes it up as much as he can before he gets fouled by Bavino.
After these scores, Northern Highlands is going to have to get a body on Lacarica because he just keeps getting open on the inbounds, and as long as he's at the line, I don't see how Wayne Hills could let this lead slip away.
At this point in the game, I think it's pretty much over. Patriots are up by 8 with 45 seconds left. Steve Lacarica has 2 foul shots. It's basically over. That's a situation that I think any coach would like to be in. Lacarica misses his second. Patriots up by 9, 40 seconds remaining. 22 goes up for the easy layup. He makes it. Timeout Northern Highlands. So it's 54 to 47, 37 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, do you think it's over or you think they still have a chance?
Yeah, for the most part, this game's pretty much in the bag, up by 7. As long as Wayne Hills doesn't turn the ball over, make most of their free throws, they should be fine.
Well, you can't count anything out ever, but, you know, unless a miracle happens for Northern Highlands, this should be over.
So the Goonies chanting their goodbye chant, trying to bring Northern Highlands' spirit to an all-time low.
Their next chant will probably be start up the bus because Highlands is about ready to go home with an L tonight.
Now Highlands, they put up a respectable fight. I mean, we didn't give them enough credit in the first half. They were able to keep it tied 22-22 in the first half, and they fought. But in the end, it turns out that without Chris Fonte, Patriots were able to go away with the lead. Chris Fonte overall gave them the initial. He carried them originally in the first quarter. But the Patriots learned to live without him once he got in the foul trouble, which if they didn't, they would have been losing.
Yeah, the thing that impressed me tonight was that their big players, Wayne Hills, have been non-existent at times. Of course, Russo for the whole game as Lacarica gets fouled once again. Russo hasn't done pretty much anything the whole game. Lacarica barely got the ball in the first half. Fonte's barely been in the second half. I mean, Horahan, Della Volpe really have just handled the ball. So the ability for Hills to have bench players and other guys step up when their stars aren't performing is just huge.
At what point do you say enough is enough? I mean, Northern Highlands, they've clearly lost this game. As Steve Lacarica just puts another nail in the coffin. They've clearly lost. Just go home with your heads up. You lost. Just go home. I mean, trying to drag out the game 10 more minutes isn't going to help anything. So at one point, you just have to let the game be played.
Yeah, I think the coaches just don't want to give up on their players. They want to say, we're going to fight till the end no matter what. I mean, and miracles do happen. You never know. So I think that's their thinking. With 40 seconds to go, a lot can happen.
They're going to pull up for one last three. Air ball there by 22, Distel. Justin Horahan fighting. Gets a pass off, but gets fouled. So now Horahan's going to go to the line.
Finally, someone other than Lacarica.
Guys, I don't think the score really reflects how this game has been played. In the second half, it's really been domination by Wayne Hills. I mean, they've just, dominated the boards and the three-point shooting and everything. I mean, a 10-point lead doesn't really reflect the way that they've played in the second half and the entire game.
So Justin Horan trying to make his second shot, foul shot. He does. So not only can he drill, but he can shoot too.
Yeah, Wayne Hills has done a great job of putting the game away from the free throw stripe. 12 of 14. Lacarica with 10 out of those 12 free throws. So, I mean, when you do that, you can't lose a lead of 10 points when you shoot 12 of 14 from the line.
Highlands throwing up one last three. Gets a lucky bounce in. Quinn with a quick inbounds to Steve Lacarica, who tries to get a foul, but the refs just aren't calling it. I guess Northern Highlands is getting some pity calls from the refs due to the fact that Steve Lacarica was clearly fouled, and then he was looking to the ref for a foul and didn't get anything, goes to dribble, and then they get called out of bounds. So 7 seconds left, up by 8. I mean, what's one more three going to prove even if you get it? And they don't even go for a 3. They go for a 2 and miss both of them. So that's going to cap off the end of the game. The final score is 58-50. Your Wayne Hills Patriots have defeated the Northern Highlands Highlanders. Guys, overall impressions of the game?
Well, like I said, I think it's Wayne Hills' ability for their backups and lesser players to step up when their stars aren't hitting their shots, especially in the first half. I mean, Fonte was the story of the first half, 11 points, and Lacarica in the second half, putting up points in the mid-20s, hitting 5 threes, 10 of 12 from the line. I mean, he put the game away in the second half, and a good job by Fonte to hold, and Brandel to hold down the fort in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, slow first half for both teams. I mean, Wayne Hills more because they're seniors and most of their shooters weren't doing extremely well. But, you know, in the second half, they turned it on and put out a dominating performance.
Overall, I think tonight was a big learning experience for Wayne Hills. They learned to live without the big beast, Chris Fonte. In the first half, they had a slow start. Eventually, they were falling back on him. Let's just put it clearly. But they learned to live without him, and overall it was for the better because now they can play without him, and they come away with a victory tonight. But now we're going to send it to Thomas, our sideline reporter. He's got the MVP of tonight's game, Steve Lacarica. Thomas, take it away.
All right, Wayne Hills just beat Northern Highlands by 8 points. I'm here with Steve Lacarica. Steve, how would you like to describe your team's performance today?
I thought we came out slow, and it took us a little while to get into the flow of the offense, but once we started clicking and everything started falling for us, we knew it was our victory.
And also, on the States, what will your team need to do to excel in the States?
We just have to utilize our big man more. Fonte is critical for us, and we need to hit our outside shots and play solid defense.
All right, thank you. And this is Thomas Auerbach from Wayne Hills TV, and back to you guys.
Thank you for that, Thomas. You know, Steve Lacarica, you really can't say enough about him. Not only can he dribble, but he's such a great shooter. Wayne Hills, he's easily the one that they fall back on. He used to play football, but he gave that up just to focus merely on basketball. He plans on going to college with it, either to Ramapo and somewhere along those lines. But Steve Lacarica, tonight, he had 25 points, but that's not even his high. He's had 30 earlier on in the season against Ramapo. Guys, what are your thoughts on Steve Lacarica?
Well, it's just amazing to me on how he can just go off on teams. I mean, 25 points is one thing, but to do it in the second half, he had 0 at halftime, finished the game with 25. I mean, if he keeps that performance up for a full game, that's 50 points. So that's just absolutely incredible that a kid at that young of an age can go up against good competition and drop 30, 40 points whenever he feels like it.
Yeah, it shows he's that much better than the competition. I mean, if he could stop his streakiness and shoot pretty much consistently in both halves, you know, he is one of the best. You know, there's not many shooters as good as him.
Steve Lacarica, clearly one of the best. Definitely a contender on Wayne Hills and in the state. But speaking of states, you know, Wayne Hills, they're a pretty experienced team at this point. Last year they were young, but their season was cut short by Wayne Valley in a close last-second game. How far do you see Wayne Hills going in the postseason this year?
Well, they have the potential to go very far. They can easily win states going to the Tournament of Champions. I mean, an 11-3 record at this point is just very solid. They've lived up to the expectations to this point. They're dominating the NBIL. I think I could easily see them winning states. I mean, it's just as far as their shooting is going to take them because, like I said, they're a streaky team. If they hit their shots, they can beat anybody. But if they're off, they're going to have to rely on guys like Fonte and Brandel to help them out.
Yeah, if they could play more consistently, there's no limit to, you know, what Wayne Hills can achieve.
Wayne Hills certainly, they definitely have the experience to make it. When they're on, they're on. That's the best way to describe it. Personally, they have so many talented players. Even as we saw tonight, they could go to their bench if Chris Fonte fails. There's so many options they could go, so many options they could have. If somebody plays bad, one can overcompensate. But that's going to do it for tonight. Make sure you turn in next Thursday. We're going to be covering girls basketball, so stay tuned for that. But for me, Brian Dubow, John Vittas, Anthony Scudillo, the Kattine brothers, Mr. Hookstraight, Dan Cohen, and whoever I forgot, we'll see you next time.